Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Caron Ria with Caron's Corner Fireside Chat here at Real Estate One in downtown Rochester. Today we have the Flavor Lab and we have Lisa Bidinger. So tell us a little bit how you got started with the Flavor Lab.
Yeah, so my husband and I were looking to get into the food industry back in end of 2015, and we were looking to maybe start a food truck. We ended up finding out that you have to have a commissary kitchen to have a food truck, and so we were trying really hard to find a commissary kitchen, and we actually stumbled upon Catering by Caron for sale. Mm-hmm. So we went ahead and purchased that in 2016. We purchased the catering business, and we actually found out that that is actually a lot better than having a food truck, because we get to schedule our events and schedule when we're going to be cooking, and if we want to, we can schedule time off and things like that. So all of our events are pretty scheduled, and we know how much food to make. Versus a food truck, you're not always sure about how much product to make, or how many people are going to be there to purchase product and stuff like that. So it's definitely been a fun ride. And then in 2019 we moved over here where the breadwinner used to be. So we're nestled there next to Grant's Pizza. We decided that Catering by Caron was not our brand. Mm-hmm. We kept it initially. We weren't sure, if we should immediately change it. And my husband and my sales marketing guy, they came up with the name, the Flavor Lab, and they came up with the logo, and we officially rebranded at the beginning of 2022.
Oh, great. Well, the Flavor Lab is so easy to remember, too.
Yeah.
I was looking at, I've never been in there yet. I can't wait. And you're right down the sidewalk from us.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to take a field trip there.
For sure.
But looking at the photos online, it kind of looks like a lab in a way. It's like this whole stainless steel kitchen set up and everything, and very commercialized looking, and I love it. But it looked like on your website, you guys have a lot of fun there.
We do, and it's like the lab kind of brand. We were at the Taste of Auburn Hills in at the end of last year, and we actually brought the lab. We had our beakers, we had our lab coats, our safety glasses. So we do have a lot of fun. It's just a great space. We opened our new space at the middle of last year. So July, we opened our new space, which is a kitchen for the community. It is a commercial kitchen rental space. So that commissary kitchen we couldn't find back in 2015, Rochester now has it here. Perfect. Right in the North Point Center Plaza.
Yeah. So when you are having a class, let's just say you have a class or a party, how many guests can you have in there at one time?
It really depends on what kind of things you're doing. Mm-hmm. So the sourdough class, which Elena Campbell hosts, she's had 24 people in there.
Oh wow!
So a pretty decent amount of people. If we are just hanging out and having appetizers, so my ribbon cutting, we probably had 40 or 50 people in there.
Oh nice.
So it really it depends on what you're doing. I have a garlic sauce class that I teach, and in that class I do limit it to 8 students because everyone needs a food processor for that class, and there's only so much electricity to go around.
Yeah.
So
does everybody, I saw that, and I saw that you have that class booked up, like a couple of different, that class is offered a few times at least. So it must be pretty popular.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the pictures and I was getting really hungry.
It is popular because that garlic sauce, it is amazing how easy it is to make too. So once you've taken the class, you'll make it again at home, which is one thing. Like my students that have done the class have told me, at least they texted, I'm making the garlic sauce tonight. I feel like people take cooking classes and then they don't do anything with it. So my hope is that if you're going to come to the class, it's going to be something you like to make, something that's easy for me to teach you how to make properly, and something that you'll enjoy and take away, that experience.
When the people come in and let's say there's 8 guests and they're using the food processors, are they bringing some of that equipment with them, or do you
I
provide
offer
a lot
rental of food processors, so I think I have 3 or 4 food processors that I'll rent out. I do recommend people bring their own, that way, you know, I don't have to buy another food processor, so
Yeah.
I have some available for rent, and then people usually bring their own. It's nice because, you know, some people have equipment at home that they don't know how to use their
Well,
own
I was
equipment.
just thinking, I know I have a food processor and it's crammed back in that cupboard, and I saw it the other day. I don't know how to use it. I
Yeah.
did once upon a time, probably right when I got it years ago, so
Yeah,
it would be nice
so-
to learn how to use that all over again.
Yes,
So-
you definitely should sign up for that class.
I know. So you don't really have to have any experience to take any of these classes, right?
No.
Okay.
No. And I try to, like, everyone will have their own station set up with everything that they'll need, and
Yeah. And then what about like ages? Do you have to be a certain age to do this?
So, my cake pop class, I allow 14 and up can come on their own, and I think it's 8 to 13. You would have to have a parent with
Yeah.
you. So,
Oh, that sounds great though. I mean,
yeah,
I have met over the years a lot of like my kids' friends who have been very much into cooking and baking and want to learn about the culinary arts, and I'm always amazed because they're young when they start talking about it, and
Yeah.
I've seen some of them really go places with it, so.
yeah. My daughter is, I mean, she's 16 and she's really coming around to helping me in the kitchen at home.
Yeah.
Where I mean, I'm cooking dinner almost every night of the week, and I have my little assistant, and I feel like I'm teaching her the skills that I have learned
Mhm.
to help make delicious food like her stepmom and her dad do.
Yeah.
So,
So you have some classes coming up, right? Like, don't you have something for St. Patrick's Day and Easter?
yeah, so for St. Patrick's Day, I actually have some, one of my makers that rents the kitchen. She's coming in and she's hosting that class. And then I have an appetizers class for Easter. It's called Excellent Easter Egg Bites. We're gonna do a couple different puff pastries. We're gonna do 2 or 3 different kinds of deviled eggs. So you'll leave with those samples, and you'll leave with the ability to host your own party with those kind of foods.
Yeah, that sounds
So,
nice.
And
I
then,
need a class like that.
yeah.
My family would say that I need a class like that, so.
Yeah, I am the deviled egg
I love deviled eggs.
specialist, and we have a huge selection of deviled eggs at the catering side.
Mhm.
So whenever there's an order for deviled eggs, I'm usually making them, and I take real pride in piping them beautifully and you know, making sure they taste delicious.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can teach you all the tricks. for
Oh,
that.
great. I would
Yeah.
love that.
We also open up the kitchen for people, like small businesses, to come in and do team building or maybe cookie exchanges. They can come in and, you know, families can come in and make grandma's recipes. You know, we have a lot of space, and it's a very clean, beautiful kitchen. I also open it up for people to get licensed in my space. So if they make a food product that they sell to the public at farmers markets,
Mhm.
retail, or via e-commerce, they can come and use my space, get licensed in my space, produce their product, and sell it to the public.
Oh, nice.
So
Yeah.
it's definitely, it's a commercial kitchen for the
Mhm.
community.
And that's gotta be hard for people to find.
It is,
So,
yeah. I get a
yeah.
lot of phone calls from people kind of even far away that,
Yeah. And you know what, I did notice also on your website, you have really great Google reviews.
oh yeah.
As a small business owner, I can really appreciate that.
Yes.
So I loved it. I mean, you have all 5 stars on everything.
Yeah.
So people really have a great time.
Yeah, on the catering side,
Mhm.
every customer that we've had has been so happy with it. You know, we provide full service catering. We're a boutique caterer. We, you know, anything that you need, we can do for you. Or, you know, like sometimes if people do want desserts, we'll have one of my makers do cheesecakes, brownies, we have all kinds of different options there. And
Yeah.
so we really can offer anything that you would need to have a party that people are going to talk about for a long time.
Good. Great.
So, yeah.
Super. Well, thank you again for
Thank
being
you.
here. It was a
Thank you for
pleasure.
having me.
Yes, Lisa Bidinger with the Flavor Lab.
Thank you.
I'm Caron Cotelis Ria. Don't make a move without me.